Anyway, Indiana Hoosiers, that's our first game, or at least first game in the Big Ten other than Northwestern and Dublin, Ireland. They were not good last year. Their final record was 2-10. Their offense only averaged 17 and a quarter points per game. They ran the ball 114 yards per game, passed it for 175 for a total of 289. Meanwhile, their defense gave up a total of 384 total yards per game, 147 by the run, and 237 by the pass. So I'm going to start with you, Mr. DS247. Why don't you give us your idea of how you think this game is going to go, keeping in mind that in 2019, Indiana came here and beat us. So what do you think?
For that one? I don't have the ability to search that up.
Don't remember. I could probably find it.
It was like, I think it was like 30, 35, 31 or something like that.
Yeah, it was
them over us, or
yeah,
they beat us.
Well, I mean, I feel like it's going to be, besides Oklahoma, I feel like we got just a good we should get all of our little tweaks and all of our little miscommunications out of the way going way before that happens. Because Oklahoma is going to be our big hard test to really see if all of our new transfers are going to be worth all the Kool-Aid that I've been enjoying, So I'm hoping it'll be a good little push through and run, because we need that new mentality. Like Frost has been saying for this season, is we're not just going to have the people that want to be here be our mentality. We want these people to win. It's a put up or shut up kind of a thing, like you said. So I mean, I really hope we're a little more aggressive and we show that we want to win and just kind of blow it out of the water. I want this to be a surprising season to just really settle in like the all the doubt that's happened for them.
So you're picking a win, I guess, and what do you think?
I'm gonna have to go for the win. I'd have to say probably gonna go. Shoot, I'm probably gonna go. Let's go 24. I think I'm gonna go 10.
24-10 Nebraska.
24-10 Nebraska. Part of my math, I didn't have enough time to think.
Right.
Well, anytime you get a 14-point win in the Big Ten, that's a good thing. So go ahead, Scott. Why don't you let us know?
Yeah. I think that Indiana, dude, they were just awful last year. I mean, you can look at the rankings for all aspects of their offense, and it was just atrocious. Their defense was no better. They were kind of average in a lot of areas at best, but for the most part, they were bottom of the barrel in the Big Ten when it came to a combination of both their offense and defense, and that's a significant reason why they went 2-10. Which, if you contrast that with Nebraska, granted, we went 3-9, but our actual stat lines were significantly better. It's, as it's been said a million times, we were the greatest 3-9 team to ever walk on any field ever. Yeah. And so the only thing that has me worried, the only thing that has me worried is the fact that we're coming off of a bye week, which hasn't been great for Frost, or really in recent memory. We have just not been good after a bye week. And Indiana, the week before they play Nebraska, they go to Cincinnati, which they're likely to lose. But I just it has I have just a very minimal amount of concern, but there is still just a little bit of a concern. I guess it really depends on the context of how we play in those first 4 games and how ready our staff gets our guys to go after that bye week. But I do have this as a win. I just don't see, even with, I think Indiana hired a new offensive coordinator, or I'm looking right now. Didn't they hire a new offensive coordinator?
I don't remember.
Let me just click on my keyboard.
Yeah, they did. I just don't have a name for it. But yeah, they're gonna be messing around with new, everything really. They've got to try something different, because whatever it was that they did, it just wasn't working.
Right.
But I got it chalked off as a win. And my score prediction, I suspect that with them coming to Lincoln, a night game, I think that it should be an electric environment. It'll be the first night Big Ten road game that we've had since Michigan.
Mhm.
And I just think it'll be an electric environment. And if we get off on the right foot like we did against Northwestern, I could honestly see a blowout in this game.
Sure.
And that is just based on if the context of Nebraska is that we're doing good and we've got, a really good repertoire leading up to that game, and Indiana is still kind of shaky, especially after probably getting their asses kicked, for lack of a better word, against Cincinnati the week before. I see something like a shoot. I'm gonna say
It's not so easy, is it?
I'm gonna say 40. I'm gonna say 42 to 13. 42 to 13. It's not gonna get into the 50s, I don't think, but I think that
Right.
I think a lot of the points that Indiana's gonna score, which isn't much, 13. I think it'll just be garbage fourth quarter. I don't see them getting in the end zone till near the end of the game, especially if our defense is clicking. I mean, good luck.
Yeah.
So,
I hear you.
Yep, 5-1. We're 5-1 at this point.
At this point, well, 4-1 because you would.
Oh yeah, yep, 4-1.
We would have been 3-1. Coming off the OU game, I have it picked as a win. I'm a little concerned about this one because if we do beat Oklahoma, then this was a game that's ripe for a letdown. Though I think once these kids get a taste of what it's like to win that close against a big time opponent, they're going to be ready to fly. So I've got this definitely picked as a win as well. I think it starts a little shaky in the first quarter, and then we kind of find our footing, and we pull away at the end of the game. I'm kind of right there with Scott, but a little lower score. I'm going to go with 41 to 17. So we pull out the 24-point win, and we are 5-0 on the season coming out of the Indiana game. So that moves us on to Rutgers.
Oh, what do you got, Luke?
I got one little thing to add there. But I want to say what's going to be good for the Indiana game. If we beat Oklahoma, I just hope we don't have too much of a mentality of where we think we are and just run with that. Because the bye week, we're going to just kind of not have that competition to keep that fire. And I feel like then if we go into the Indiana game, we might just come too ahead of ourselves. And so I'm hoping, even on a loss to Oklahoma, is not going to really be beneficial because I'm hoping we have no competition on that bye week to really refuel the fire. So, I mean, it all leads to what comes before that game because that's our last also home game before we finally go on the road. So I'm hoping we don't shoot ourselves in the foot as we've done already enough once we get something rolling.
All right.
No, that's kind of what I was thinking, kind of this along the same lines with that. You basically spoke my mind there.
Yep.